Okay. Okay, so once again, good evening, everyone. Welcome for those guests na first time nag-attend and also for those na hindi naman first time, happy learning pa rin. Siguro may mali-learn pa rin kayo. Additional sa na-learn nyo na before. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to congratulate and thank everyone for making the time to attend this financial checkup, because when you say it's a checkup, it takes a lot of courage and humility on you, that you admit that you need help and you need to learn something. So I hope you will get what you want from this presentation. And also, please allow me to share a bit of my experience and knowledge to you in this 1 hour presentation. Okay, so by the way, my name is Rose Sardido. I'm leading a team of financial advocates based on Tagbilaran City, Bohol. And I've been part of IMG for almost 5 years now. And I'm also an associate financial planner. I just passed the certification exam. And also, apart from this, I own a digital marketing agency, building websites and helping clients about online marketing. So that's my business. And of course, a lot of my time also is on IMG, because I love this advocacy so much. It gives me purpose and meaning, no? So the best feeling in the world wherein you can help a lot of people. And yeah, so let's go to the topic, financial checkup. Okay, so why do we need to undergo financial checkup? Okay, like medical checkup, kasi hindi naman tayo familiar in this term, financial checkup, but familiar tayo sa term na medical checkup. But they're uh, the same in a way, because when we have we undergo medical checkup if feeling natin may something wrong sa bodies natin, or may masama yung pakiramdam natin, so we go to a medical doctor. We will ask the doctor to examine us, and then the doctor would recommend some medicine siguro or other advices para mabigyan ng lunas po yung sakit na nararamdaman natin. So in the financial side as well, we also need financial checkup to diagnose if healthy ba tayo financially. So for example, maybe feeling natin bakit parang may iba sa finances natin, like palagi tayong na-short sa budget, or maybe yung utang natin hindi natatapos, or maybe sobrang dami ng pera natin, so hindi natin alam kung saan siya ilalagay and all, or if ever we have some savings and investment, we need to check also if that's the right one. So yung financial checkup, applicable siya in all financial situation, and it should be done regularly, because there are several changes on our financial life. For example, this year, hindi pa nag-aaral yung anak mo. The next year, nag-aaral na siya. So may changes dun sa finances. So dapat we do financial checkup regularly. Okay, so financial checkup also, it's best to be done on a one-on-one basis para mas personalized at customized. But we're on a group discussion now, so assignment nyo na lang po yung if ever meron kayong dapat na gawin or isulat para sa sarili nyo, assignment na lang, kasi do it yourself na lang ang pag-a-assess natin, because this is a general presentation. Okay, so okay, we can't expect if we don't inspect. So normally kasi may mga dreams tayo pero hindi masyadong clear. Like we want to have a lot of money, we want to have our own house, but it's not too clear kung like ano ba talaga yung gusto natin. When we say what we want, we need to write it down and specify what we really want in our lives. Like for example, we want a house that costs 5 million. We want a uh, 1 million college fund for our kids. So we need to specify that. So this here, you can see here blank yung nilagay ko. So assignment na lang, no? So screenshot nyo tong screen na to, tapos assignment nyo gawin nyo sa on your spare time. Write down your goals in life. Why know why you need financial success. Maybe you need to help your parents, you need to have a comfortable retirement and all. So you need to write it down, okay? So because we need to have some basis kasi dun sa check-up, because like sa medical check-up, the doctor would ask the patient if ano yung gusto niyang um, maramdaman, or if ever in the weight area, ano yung gusto niyang weight at ano yung current na weight at ano ang dapat gawin para ma-achieve yung goal natin. So that's also the same with our finances. So go ahead and break down what you really want in your life. Okay? Okay, now if when we say financial goals, so basically we're talking about big figures here. So sabi nga nila hindi masamang mangarap, so itodo mo na, like, so we're talking about millions. So when we say big figures of money, we need also to build that fund properly. So building a financial foundation properly. So there's the difference between building a financial foundation versus get rich quick schemes, no? Kasi maraming mga tao na gusto nila mag-shortcut po sa dreams nila, hindi nila ginagawa ito properly, but hindi nila alam na being wealthy is not just having a lot of money, but it's the mindset and the habits and the character that retains the wealth. Kasi yung mindset at habits na yon, nabibuild mo yon during the process of building your financial foundation. So that's the goal. We need to do it right. Okay? Okay, you can build a proper financial foundation. So, as we train, being molded by years of experience and training in this industry, in this advocacy, we financial literacy advocates can give recommendations to you as well. So, maybe we could pick some best advice for you that is perfect for your family. And so the following are your challenges, common challenges, not necessarily your challenges, but majority of the people, of the Filipino people. These are the challenges, and we offer our solutions as well. So number one challenge financially, how can we protect our family? If we are the breadwinner, if ever something happens to us on our health, we become disabled, so how can we protect our family? Next challenge, how can we reduce our liabilities and get out of debt sooner? If ever may existing na utang ka, so don't worry about that kasi may way naman to eliminate it, and we need to do it fast, we need to do it sooner. Okay, how to deal with constant changes in your job, career, or business. So there are challenges in our job. Siguro hindi maganda yung takbo ng business natin and yung career natin parang like hindi maganda yung takbo. So what are our backup plans if ever those things happen? So those are one of the challenges. Next, living a long life without adequate income. Kapag binigyan tayo ni Lord ng longer lives, tapos naubos na yung pera natin, how can we beat that challenge? So here are few solutions beside it. So these are solutions. So number one, our solutions as members of IMG financial literacy programs, we help you and your spouse understand money basics. So that's one of the solutions, because it should start on learning before applying. Next, we help you assess your current financial situation para meron tayong starting point somewhere going forward. So we need to assess. Next, we help you create a plan and work towards your financial goals. So after we assess our current financial situation, we convert that into plans. And lastly, to implement your plan with regular views. So that's the challenge and our solution in building a proper financial foundation. Okay. Now, if we do financial checkup, so we need to understand few concepts first before we can proceed to the actual checkup. No, dapat may basis kasi yung mga advice. So, since we have very limited time, I just picked 4 key financial concepts that we need to learn. Okay, so concept number 1, we have what we call the X curve concept. So from the letter na X, it deals with 2 lines crossing. So as you can see here, this green line going up, labeled as money line, and then going down is the blue line, the responsibility line. Okay, so And below it, we have timeline from early stage until retirement. So basically, we only have maximum of 40 years na span wherein we can build a lot of money because in our 20s, siguro nag-graduate na tayo ng college or we started working na. Tapos normally, we gonna retire at age 60. So that's 40 years na chance lang na binigay sa atin ni Lord na we have the energy, we have the time, and we have the capacity to make money as much as we can. So as you can see here, the green line money is going up. So ang psychology nito is during our productive years, we need to save as much as we can para tumaas yung money line natin. Because during an early stage, as you can see here, we have less money pa tapos yung responsibility po natin is very high kasi siguro magpapaaral pa tayo ng mga anak natin or maybe we have some dreams na hindi pa natutupad, wala pa tayong sariling bahay, wala pa tayong sariling kotse, tapos yung sweldo natin, we just started working so maliit pa. So ganito yung situation. So we need to save a lot of money para mag-decrease yung responsibility. For example, we were able to save 1 million college fund for our kids. So ang responsibility natin is eventually bababa siya ng 1 million because we have saved something. Okay, during at early stage, dalawa lang yung what ifs in life. So what if we die too soon or we live long. So si Lord lang yung nakakaalam no kung kailan yan mangyayari. Either bibigyan niya tayo ng mahabang buhay or siguro he will call us home early. So we need to be prepared whatever is the situation no. So what's the solution to that? If we die too soon tapos ganito yung situation, financial situation natin, so very risky. The solution to that is we need to have insurance para even though wala tayong millions in the bank, but we have insurance. So if we pass away, yung meron tayong maiiwan sa family. So sure tayo na yung anak natin makakapag-aral kasi may insurance tayo. And along the way, we also need to have healthcare kasi it's impossible na hindi tayo magkasakit sa lifetime natin. Dadaan talaga tayo sa stage wherein our health is being challenged. So we need to be prepared because healthcare is the number one cause of financial bankruptcy, no? And on top of that, we need to have emergency funds as well. And if we live long, the solution is investment so that we will have a passive income even though we're not working anymore. Meron tayong pension or meron tayong enough funds na nag-generate even though hindi na tayo nagtatrabaho. Okay, so that should be the situation of the X-curve of the financial life every Filipino. But sad reality, maraming Pilipino na tumandang walang pera, tumandang malaki yung responsibility. And we don't really want that to happen in our lives. So the solution is we need to save money along the way. All right, so that's the first concept. The second concept, we have what we call pay yourself first. So in connection with the X curve, how can we save a lot of money? So we have to understand a little bit more about that. So pay yourself first, okay? So normally, ang formula natin into our spending is when the income arrives minus our expenses equals yung natira, yun yung mapupunta sa savings natin. But it's not really working in the real world kasi normally we overspend pa nga kaya wala nang natitira for our savings. So we need to reverse or revise the formula to show like this. So we have what we call the abundance formula, okay? So when the income arrives, so i-safety na natin yung para sa tithes and our savings and investments. So we need to pick the budget for the investment first, tapos yung natira, doon na natin pagkakasyahin yung expense and lifestyle natin. Okay, so kasi normally common na characteristics ng mga rich people, they really live simple lives, no? Like even if mayaman sila, simple lang sila. So we need to follow that because I think it's working naman. So but we really need to save. Wala tayong choice kung gusto natin ma-achieve yung goal natin. But if ever malaki na yung income, you can save more if kaya mo lang mabuhay sa like for example 10% of your income, kaya mo lang pagkasyahin dyan ang lifestyle mo. So better to save more para yung X-curve natin mabilis natin ma-achieve yung passive income na level. Okay? So, but if hindi mo pa kayang mag-save a lot, so just start with 20%, or if you can't start by 20%, maybe 5%, tapos dahan-dahan i-increase mo yung percentage ng savings. Okay? So in connection with that, if you don't have enough money yet, sabi kasi ng ibang tao na nasisharean ko ng IMG concepts, they always say na, Ma'am Rose, wala naman akong pera, hindi ako makakapag-invest. So maybe you need to increase your cash flow and manage and reduce your expenses. So dito na rin pumapasok yung idea ng financial checkup. So we need to check our expenses kung talaga ba necessary lahat ng nasa expense list natin. For example, no? So as you can see here, soft drinks or water, like for example, bottled water, it costs around 20 pesos per bottle. Tapos, 2 bottles per day ka. So, as you can see here, that's 1,200 in a month. And in 1 year, that's 14,000. And if you invest that fund in 12%, in 20 years, that would become 1.2 million. So, imagine that. So, ang solution is maybe bumili ka lang ng tumbler tapos magbaon ka ng water para maka-save. And not only that, there are a lot of unnecessary expenses. So financial check-up, assignment, also review your spending, no? Baka mayroon kang pwede ma-omit doon sa budget mo na pwede mong ilagay doon sa savings mo para ma-achieve yung financial goals. Okay? And of course, don't procrastinate, no? So don't wag mong ipagpaliban yung pag-save kasi normally common excuse is later na ako mag-save kasi marami pa akong gastusin, marami hindi ko pa kayang mag-save and blah blah blah. So, as you can see here, there are high cost of waiting. So, there are two people here, Mr. Save Early versus Mr. Save Later. So, as you can see here, 22 years old si Mr. Save Early, nag-save siya ng 20,000 per year in 6 years. Tapos, nag-stop na siya ng save. However, si Mr. Save Later, nag-save same amount, 20,000 per year in 6 years. But, as you can see here, at age 62, yung pera ni Mr. Save Early naging 9.5 million. However, si Mr. Save Later naging 4.8 na lang. Even though same amount lang yung sinave nila. Kasi longer yung time na nag-compound yung investment ni Mr. Save Early. So don't procrastinate saving kasi yung taon tumatakbo. Hindi mo nang namamalayan at in one click 40 ka na, in one click 50 ka na. So you need to choose between two options. Either you sacrifice now and enjoy later, or enjoy ka muna now and then suffer later. So it's up to you, no? Wala naman talagang mag-decide for ourselves but tayo. So we need to um dapat kumilos na tayo at i-build natin yung goal natin na mga financial goals natin for ourselves and for our family. Okay, so we proceed to the next concept. We have what we call the rule of 72 or rule of money. How money works, okay? When we siguro pag tinanong tayo how money works, we just answer how money works. We just when we receive the income, we spend it. So ganun lang, no? But every time na mag-spend pala tayo, every time that money moves, that involves some interest rate, no? And interest rate, it's a double-edged sword. It can work in favor of you if you save and invest, and it can work against you if nangutang ka na may interest. And ang question is, how can we compute that if even especially we're not accounting graduates, we're not good in math. So there's a simple formula, what we call rule of 72. It's just how it works, no? So 72 daw divided by, example, nag-save and invest ka at certain interest rate or growth, automatically it will give you the number of years it will take for a given fund to double. Okay? Example, may isang tao nag-invest sa bank at si Bank O, binigyan siya ng 1% interest. This is example lang ha, kasi yung actual na interest naman po sa bank is very low, 0.25, so less than 1%. But for the sake of example, gamitin na lang natin to dito sa training. So, if 1%, i-apply natin ang rule of 72, 72 divided by 1, equals 72 years. So therefore, every 72 years pa magdo-double ang fund at 1%. So example, may 20 years old, meron siyang 10,000 tapos ininvest niya into a 1% investment tool. Plus 72 years, 92 yung age niya, that's the only time the money will double, no? So ang tagal. So ang solution is we need to find bigger divisor or interest rate para higher or faster yung money natin na mag-grow. So example, what if we found an investment tool that would give us 4% every year? So let's apply rule of 72. 72 divided by 4 equals 18. Money doubles every 18 years. So example, there's a 20 years old, may 100,000 siya, tapos nilagay niya sa investment tool na 4%. After 18 years, 38 siya, naging 200,000 yung fund niya. Another 18 years, yan yung fund niya. Okay, so not bad. Alright, so what if that person found higher pa na investment tool na nagbibigay ng 8% per year? So, using rule of 72 again, 72 divided by 8 equals 9. Money doubles every 9 years. Same age, 20 years old, same amount of money, 100,000, but it doubles every 9 years. So, at age 56, that's the result. What if that person found an investment tool na 12% yung growth per year? By the way, yung investment na returns, normally per year talaga po yan yung return. But because if it's monthly, tapos mabilis, siguro stay away from that because otherwise that's a scam because it's not money, growing money would take time. So take note of that. So going back here, 72 divided by 12 equals 6. Money doubles every 6 years. So same age, same amount of money, but it doubles every 6 years. At age 56, that's 6.4 million. So as you can see here, 4 versus 8, parang nag-times 2 lang yung interest rate, but over long term, times 4 pala siya. Because as you can see here, the next time the money compounded, nag-base na siya sa yung amount na may interest na, hindi siya nag-base dun sa principal amount. 'Di ba? How much more yung 12%? So 16 times. Okay, so conclusion is we need to find investment institutions na nagbibigay ng higher interest return for our long-term goals, okay? Because I'm not saying naman na hindi na kayo mag-i-invest sa bank or something, but it depends on the purpose, no? Banks are good if short term lang, like for example, emergency fund, or maybe may business ka na you need na iparol mo yung money, so banks are okay. But when we say long term, like your retirement or your college educational fund of your kid na 1 year old pa, dapat ilagay mo siya sa higher investment institution. So what happened kasi, for example, you invest in 4% investment tool, this investment companies, they reinvest it here in the higher investment vehicle. So you didn't know your money earned a lot. So that's the cost of financial education. If you're educated enough, ikaw na sana yung dumiretso kung saan sila nag-i-invest. So later, I'm gonna teach you where are those investment tools na nagbibigay ng 12% or higher na interest rate. Okay, so before that, we're gonna be, okay. So do you know that you can be a multi-millionaire if you invest 33 pesos per day or 1,000 per month for 30 years? So that's 3.5 million into 12% compounded. Okay, so simple lang na maliliit lang na investment, but pag nag-compound siya, malaki na rin. Same with our spending, maliliit lang na mga gastos, ba hindi natin alam na nag-compound na rin yung gastos natin, nag-compound na yung utang natin sa credit card, because rule of 72, it can work also on the debts, no? When debts involves interest. So we need to understand that as well. So we need to make the compounding interest in our favor. So dapat we save and invest. Okay. Kasi how compounding interest work for us, so this is an example of wealth calculator. If you save 1,000 per month at 12%, after 30 years, you have 3.5 million. If you save 2,000 per month, that's 7 million. How much more if you save 5,000 per month? So after 30 years, that would become 17 million. So imagine that, no? Okay, so the secret is consistent long-term investing. So that's the key. You need to start now, no, as early as now. Because the best time to start investing is yesterday, and the second best time is today. Okay? But tomorrow na lang kasi gabi na. Joke. Okay, number 4, we have solid financial foundation. So this is the fourth concept that I'm gonna be sharing. Okay. So have you heard of stories na families na mayaman sila before tapos biglang na bankrupt, or sa Bisaya pa na purdoy, no, na pobre. So siguro they were able to build a financial foundation but not solid. Bakit? Kasi when financial challenges came, nag-collapse yung financial house nila. So because there are, maybe they forgot some steps, or they forgot to prioritize the correct, no, the correct step to do that. So tonight you will be learning about it. So if this is our financial house, normally common practice ng Filipino, pag may pera, nag-i-invest kagad, like bumibili ng lupa, bumibili ng bahay, nag-o-open ng time deposit. So examples lang yan. So it's not bad naman na we have some investments po, but before daw po tayo mag-invest ng todo, we need to build up enough emergency funds, because otherwise, if wala tayong emergency fund, yung lupa natin, yun yung maging emergency fund natin, may ibebenta kapag may emergency. And before pa on that, we need to, if we have some debts, we need to eliminate it slowly, because alam natin na yung interest rate ng utang napakalaki, no? Tapos yung investment natin sa bank 1% lang, tapos yung utang natin 5% monthly. So parang lugi naman tayo diyan, 'di ba? So dapat i-eliminate yung debts natin, because it would stop us from building our financial foundation if may utang tayo. And before eliminating debts pa, we need to establish proper protection or life insurance, especially if you are the breadwinner of the family. Because what will happen, example, ikaw yung nag-earn ng income, what will happen to your family if you stop providing your income to them? So you need to be replaced money, even though hindi ka ma-replace talaga in literally, but at least your income is replaced, and sure ka na yung family natin makakapag-survive even though without us, na if we kunin tayo ni Lord, or na-disable tayo or something. So we need to establish that, because I know someone na seaman siya, tapos captain siya na sa barko. So yung family niya eventually magara yung buhay, but nagkasakit siya, eventually namatay siya, walang life insurance. Kawawa yung family, no, bumalik sa dati. Tapos yung asawa niya nagtrabaho ulit, tapos yung mga anak niya kawawa kasi nasanay sa magandang buhay. So hindi natin gustong mangyari yan sa families natin. Okay? Then pinaka-bottom pa sa building a solid financial foundation is to establish proper health care. Because here in the Philippines, the number one cause of financial bankruptcy is healthcare cost. So, willing natin ibenta lahat ng ari-arian kapag may nagkasakit sa family natin. Okay, but kaya yung ibang families, nagko-collapse yung financial foundations nila kasi they forgot to establish something here. So, if you want to build a proper financial foundation, you need to build it from ground up. Okay, so know your priorities. Okay, so proceed. Now, so those are the concepts. This time, we're gonna discuss what are the application to that. So different investment vehicles we need to know and understand. Okay, so number 1, how mutual funds work. So by the way, mutual funds, these are the investment tools na nagbibigay ng average 12% na returns or higher. Okay, so dapat yung long-term investment natin, dito natin ilalagay. Ang question is, how can we start investing in mutual funds? So, number 1 is you need to learn, and financial education pa rin yung solution. And in this webinar, I'm gonna be sharing some inputs about it. Okay, so mutual fund, how it works. So if we are the investor, we pool our money, and then there's a fund manager na expert siya yung nagma-manage at nag-i-invest ng pera natin sa market. Kasi meron ding tinatawag natin na direct trading wherein, well, it's available to everyone. You can do direct trading if you want, wherein ikaw mismo yung nag-i-invest sa market, nagba-buy and sell, but it's not advisable for those people na beginners na walang training and at the same time walang time to look after that kasi eventually malulugi ka lang dun sa investment mo. But if you really want to take advantage of that, just do mutual funds kasi yung fund managers naman, that's what they do. So expert sila. So eventually sure pa tayo na may returns yung pera natin tapos ibabalik sa investors. Okay, so mutual fund companies that supports our advocacy. So these are our partner companies. So hindi po kayo mag-i-invest sa IMG kasi hindi naman mutual fund company si IMG. We are a financial education platform. So nagti-teach lang kami where can you invest, and we recommend you to those proper companies wherein you can invest. So for example, Phil Equity, this is the top performing mutual fund company so far, no? And you can, through IMG platform, you can access that, uh, and you won't pay load fee or admin fee. So that's one of our benefits. And to learn more about some other benefits, we have some separate webinar that talks about that every Monday. We'll just post a poster. Okay, so to understand mutual fund deeper, so how can we win in mutual fund, investing in mutual fund? Kasi po yung market, it fluctuates all the time. So may times na maganda yung performance na, meron din times na parang hindi siya masyadong maganda. But to understand and to win on our investments, this is the one of the techniques. So we call it mutual fund money cost averaging. So the idea is you just consistently invest, no, like every month, regularly, even uh, regardless of what the market situation is, even if mahal yung shares or mura yung shares, so invest ka lang na invest regularly. Okay, because risky kasi yung mutual funds, sometimes down siya, sometimes not. But as you can see here, know the risk, be certain in the uncertain time. So there are different scenarios. Hindi natin mapipredict kung ano talaga yung mangyayari sa market. So for example, scenario 1, yung shares is going up, and then scenario 2, same share, tapos bumagsak, tapos naka-recover. Tapos si scenario 3, mataas yung share, bumagsak, hindi naka-recover. Question is, did you earn if you still invest? So let's have a closer look. Okay. Scenario number 1, as you can see here, the price per share is going up. For example, there's a person na nag-invest siya for regularly for 6 months. So 100 pesos yung investment niya every month. So for example, at month 1, bumili siya ng shares pero at 10 pesos yung shares. So eventually nakabili siya ng 10 shares. Then month 2, tag 12 na yung shares. So 100 divided by 12, so basically 8.33 lang yung nabili niya, and so on and so on. Now at month 6, let's say bumili siya ng shares, still 100 pesos divided by 20 pesos yung share. So 5 pesos na lang yung share na nabili niya. Okay? Then what if he will withdraw his money during that time? So every time we withdraw, yung basis niya is yung yung current market value or price per share. So let's check. Okay, so let's say withdraw niya lahat ng shares niya. So basically, i-total kung ilang shares yung na-accumulate niya. So in this case, 42.28. So total of this number of shares. Tapos withdraw niya times 20 pesos because this is the last share price. Okay, so yung current value ng fund niya is 845. So how much yung capital niya is only 600 pesos. So eventually, he gained 245. So that's 41% over 6 months and 6.8% every month. Okay, so better than investing in wherever, no? So example lang naman to. So malaki na, 'di ba? So basically, if ganito yung scenario sa market, so that's good kasi we're earning. How about scenario number 2? Okay, so first time na nag-buy siya ng shares 10 pesos tapos bumagsak here, and then the time na i-withdraw niya na yung fund niya, it became 10 pesos again. Okay? So let's check deeper. So if we total the number of shares here is 85 shares. Tapos withdraw niya with the current last price per share, so that's 10 pesos. So 85 times 10 pesos. So eventually yung value, current value ng shares niya is 852 pesos minus 600 pesos na capital kasi 100 pesos siya monthly for 6 months. So the gain after 6 months is 252. So 42% over 6 months and 7% monthly. So not bad pa rin. So even though hindi na just recovering yung market, hindi siya nagtumaas, still you gained. Okay? How about scenario number 3? Mataas yung market, bumagsak, tapos hindi naka-recover, no? So, let's check. So, same investment, 100 pesos per month in 6 months. So, withdraw niya at month 6, tapos yung price per share during that time is only 5 pesos. Okay? So, total shares na na-gain over 6 months, 257 shares times, 450 yung current market value, so 1,157 minus 600 na capital, he gained 557. Okay, so the point is whatever the scenario, either yung scenario 1 na pataas yung share, scenario 2 na just recovered, and scenario 3 na hindi naka-recover yung market, but whatever the scenario is, eventually he gained. What's the secret? Consistent investing, no? So we need to also apply that on our case. We really need to invest even though whatever the situation of the market. Okay, so that's about mutual funds. For more info about it, you can ask your friend who invited you. You can ask your friend how to get started on that. Okay, so next application is how much protection you need. So this is life insurance. So magkaiba po yun. So minsan kasi nami-mix up yan, especially sa other companies, they bundle insurance and investment. But we need to understand each concept, no, before we start getting a plan for our family. Okay, so how much protection we need? Kasi it's not enough na sabihin lang natin na may insurance tayo. We need to really compute if that's enough on what we need, no? So kasi may formula kasi yan. For example, I met someone, sinabi sa akin na, Ma'am Rose, may insurance na ko, hindi na ko kukuha. Tapos tinanong ko, how much is your insurance, sir? So he said 1 million. Okay, and then his work, he's an OFW earning around 100,000 pesos per month. Tapos 1 million lang yung insurance niya. So that would mean if ever mag-stop working siya or something happens to him, yung up to 10 months lang siya magsusurvive with the same lifestyle. So to compute that, there's a proper formula. So and that's annual income times 10. So that's the coverage of the insurance that you need. For example, 20,000 per month na monthly income times 12 months in a year, that's 240,000 annual income times 10. So you need to have 2.4 million na insurance if you earn 20,000. So assignment, check how much income protection you need based on your current salary. So use the formula annual income times 10 because this would be invested into, for example, mutual funds na nagbibigay ng 10% returns. Eventually, mari-replace yung monthly income if your formula is correct. But that's considering pa yan na wala kang ibang factor na mag-affect ng loss of income. So for example, may ibang factor. So this is the time the dime method would come in, no? So up on top of the income replacement computation, dapat i-consider mo rin if ever may existing debt or utang. Example, no, like si breadwinner nag-pass away tapos may utang siya na let's say 300,000 pesos, combined debts from credit cards, loans, and other debts. So dapat isali mo yan sa computation sa coverage, and of course income replacement, let's say 2.4 million, so that's 20,000 monthly income replacement times annual income times 10. So if you earn more than 20,000, so this number should be higher. And if ever my current mortgage na unpaid, for example my car loan na SUV tapos 1.5 million yung price, 1 million pa lang yung nabayaran, may balance na 500,000 for example, isaling mo rin yan sa sa computation. And lastly, if may anak ka na papaaralin and your budget for their, for assuming 120, 120,000 per year for a 4-year course for 2 kids, so isali mo rin dapat yan sa computation. Therefore, this is the income replacement or insurance coverage that you need. Okay. Now, assignment, compute your, use your dime method and compute on your end on how much protection you need. Okay, because this is an example only and basis lang, no? Okay, next concept, we have what we call long-term care. We are already aware what's a healthcare, no? Simple lang yung concept niya. Pag na-hospitalize, yung healthcare, yung mababayad sa hospital, we need to know that there are two types of healthcare. We have what we call short-term healthcare. Normally, during our employment years, our company provides us healthcare, or PhilHealth is an example of short-term healthcare. But however, if we retire from the company, hindi na natin madadala yung free healthcare because hindi naman sa atin yun, sa company naman. So, when we retire, we need to have long-term healthcare because that's the time na magkakasakit tayo ng mga sakit na hindi lumabas before. Like, pag matanda na tayo, very tayo sa mga sakit na mamahalin at tapos wala na tayong income kasi retired na tayo. So we need to have long-term healthcare. Like other foreign countries like US or Europe, yung mga elders nila, meron silang tinatawag na health savings account na nakaka-afford sila ng caregiver, nakakapagbayad sila ng mamahaling hospitals because there's a long-term healthcare. And in the Philippines, that's missing, or normally walang long-term healthcare ang mga Filipino. Kaya common scenario pag nagkasakit si lolo or si lola, nag-chip in yung entire family to pay for the healthcare. So we don't want that to happen to us in the future. So the complete financial plan, what if we die too soon? The solution is life insurance or instant money. And if we live too long, we need to have investment and of course long-term healthcare, no? So the complete financial plan is healthcare, life insurance, and investment. Question is check-up question. Kumusta to sa current na financial status natin? Do you have healthcare? Do you have life insurance? Do you have investment? If wala pa, better start now na as soon as possible kasi time is running. But common na resistance kasi they can't start right away kasi hindi pa kayang bayaran ang healthcare, life insurance, and investment kasi ang dami namang sa start, no. Good news is we have what we call Kaiser Health Builder Program. So this plan, it covers the 3 major financial needs. So ang main purpose ni Kaiser is healthcare, plus my life insurance siya, and at the same time, if you don't use your money, it's invested in the mutual fund. So at the same time, my investment ka rin. So this is a 3-in-1 program. Okay? So yung design nito, so very limited time lang. So I'll just discuss this fast, no? And if you have some questions, you can always ask your friend na nag-invite sa'yo dito. So, for example, so Kaiser, this is a 7-year plan. So, 7 years ka lang mababayad. After that, you won't pay anymore. However, you're covered with healthcare from year 1 up to whatever age ka. Even you're 100 years old, as long as may laman pa yung fund mo. Okay, so in this case, example, K100 plan, 58,000 annual installment, and eventually this is around 5,000 plus monthly. There are plans na more expensive than this, and there are also plans na cheaper. But for this example, itong average plan na lang. So contract price in 7 years, 411,000. That's 58,000 times 7 years. During the paying period, you have some benefits. So annual physical exam, dental, inpatient benefits, 1,000 per day na room and board, and annual benefit limit na 60,000 per year. And this also has waiver of installment due to death and disability. For example, si plan holder 2 years nagbabayad sa Kaiser tapos nag-pass away or na-disable siya, yung remaining na years na unpaid would be fully paid, no, waived, wala nang babayaran. So that's part of the benefit. And in this plan, on top of that, if the plan holder pass away, may ma-receive yung family na term insurance 150,000 for this plan, and if the cause of death is accident, meron din additional na 450,000. Okay, and the extended period after paying, so that this is 8th year onwards, that's the time na nagsa-start na nag-generate yung fund mo, 10% growth compounded, no? So, as you can see here, yung nabayaran niya lang in 7 years, only 400,000, 411,000 po, but after 20 years, naging 1.1 million yung money niya because of the investment growth and the bonuses, no? Okay, so ratio and proportion lang din if you got a higher plan or lower plan than this, ratio and proportion, no? And during maturity, you can get all your money back or you have the option to retain it. Kasi marami namang healthcare dito sa Pinas, na mga middle term healthcare, like for example, Caritas, for example, if your plan matures, ibibigay nila yung maturity ng plan mo, tapos you have to start a new plan para mag-continue yung healthcare mo. However, sa Kaiser, you have the option na hindi mo pa i-withdraw or ipagpatuloy mo yung funds. So, as you can see here, for example, at maturity, 42 years old, 1.1 million, tapos pinagpatuloy niya at age 60. So, nagpatuloy din ang investment side ng pera niya. So, ang 1.1 million naging 6.4 million. At age 65, naging 10.4 million. And of course, transferable po ito sa whoever na beneficiary na isulat mo dun sa plan mo. So this is a perfect program kasi isang plan lang yung kukunin mo, meron ka ng healthcare, may investment ka, at the same time may insurance ka. So you got the 3 major financial needs through level 1 investing. Okay, so ask your friend who invited you to create a proposal for you, and if ever you need my help also, you can message me and I can send some inputs about it if you want. Okay, so time check. Okay, lastly, to apply everything, like this is an example of a personal financial blueprint. So you better take a screenshot on this thing, and then assignment, gawin mo to para sa sarili mo. Okay, so how this work, for example, okay, so first of all, example, yung client natin, so si Juan de la Cruz. So si Juan de la Cruz, example lang, is 30 years old now, and he plans to retire at age 60. So therefore, there's still 30 years left na mag-build siya ng retirement niya. Okay, so example, si Juan de la Cruz, nag-earn siya ng 20,000 per month. So of course, based on that, we use the abundance formula. 20%, okay, so 20,000 per month, i-compute natin yung income replacement. So annual income times 10, so that's 2.4 million. And of course, we adjusted it a little bit to 3 million considering there are inflation. So during retirement, dapat i-adjust natin yung fund niya during retirement. So let's say ang target na fund ni Juan de la Cruz is 3 million. So yan lang muna yung kaya as of now kasi hindi naman pwedeng magta-target tayo ng 100 million tapos 20,000 lang yung income natin. So we just view it in a realistic approach, no? Like, okay, so going forward, so how much can Juan save if 20,000 per month lang yung pera niya? Let's say 20% of 20,000 is 4,000. However, if sabi ni Juan na hindi niya pa kayang i-save na full 20%, okay lang naman, no? Let's say, sabi niya, kaya ko lang i-save is 3K monthly or lower. So, for this example, 3K. Okay, so not bad. At least nag-start siya. Okay, so saan natin ilalagay yung 3K? So, ilalagay natin siya sa level 1 investing, which is yung Kaiser. And based on Kaiser price list, merong plan na K50 plan, which is 2,941 per month. So, fit lang dun sa budget ni Juan. Okay, so 7 years to pay, 2,941 per month, K50. After 20 years, that would become 583. So, maturity ng K50, that would be 583,000. And tingnan mo dito sa target mo, yung 3 million, so malayo pa, 500,000 pa lang yung fund mo. So, dapat, after 7 years, patuloy kang mag-save kasi malayo pa naman yung target mo. So, let's say, ipinagpatuloy ni Juan yung savings niya na 3,000 per month, ilalagay niya na sa pure mutual fund, so 3,000 per month, let's say. Based on wealth calculator, 3,000 per month in 13 years, that's 1.1 million. So, i-add natin dito sa blueprint. So, 1.1 million and 583,000. So, total is 1.7 million. So, still malayo pa tayo dun sa target. Halfway pa lang, no? 1.7 million. So, what happened is we deduct 3 million, we subtract 1.7 million from 3 million, 1.7 million from 3 million. So, we have a difference of 1.2. So, basically, ito yung hahabulin natin na fund or deficit natin dun sa actual na target. Okay, so based on wealth calculator, okay, before that, okay, so 1.2 million, tapos magre-retire na si Juan at age 60. So basically, after 20 years, so may 10 years na lang na span of time wherein i-build niya tong deficit ng target niya. So as you can see here, 10 years, tapos hanapin natin yung 1.2 million somewhere here. So as you can see, Juan needs to save 7,000 top up after 20 years. Let's say, gamitin natin tong highest na figure here. 7K per month for 10 years, 1.6 million. So if we add it up here, 1.6, 1.1 plus 500,000, so it becomes 3.3 million. So this time, na-achieve na ni Juan yung target na retirement money niya. Okay, so assignment, fill it up based on your current income and actual na amount of money that you can save. Yung kaya lang, no? At least we have a starting point and realistic siya kung saan talaga tayo magsisimula. Okay? Okay, so did you like what you have learned today? Yes? If not, ulitin natin. Joke lang. So it's time to act today, no? Tomorrow, kay gabi naman. Okay, so as financial educators also, like medical doctors, kapag nagpapa-check up ka, they recommend, nagre-reseta sila ng mga gamot or mga lunas dun sa mga problems ng patient nila. So dito sa IMG, we also give recommendations. So first, what you need to do is you become part of the organization para maka-access ka sa lahat ng benefits and discounts, and at the same time, maka-attend ka ng trainings kasi financial education talaga yung simula ng pag-build ng wealth kasi you need to learn first before applying. So that's number 1 recommendation. Number 2, you really need to start building your financial foundation ASAP, no? Kasi time is running, tapos Christmas season pa naman ngayon, mauubos lang yung pera natin sa mall. So we better start saving now. And then lastly, you become part of us and help us share the advocacy dun sa mga friends natin na alam natin na nangangailangan ng information. Like for example, you have a friend na malaki yung sweldo pero walang savings, palaging nauubos yung pera sa mga walang kwentang bagay. So better educate your friend and your family about the IMG financial education platform. That way you can help them as well. Okay, so if you can't start or hindi mo pa kayang mag-start, we have this alternative recommendations. So walang bayad to, free workshops in our office. So these are the topics, no, if you want to learn pa. So we also recommend to attend our workshops available in the financial centers. You may ask your friend for the schedule, no? Okay, so financial independence, not a dream, hindi lang hanggang pangarap. So we need to really decide now to start because tayo lang naman yung may power to control our future. Okay, thank you so much for your time, guys. If you have some questions, so this is my number. You can add me on Facebook and PM me if you have some clarifications. And thank you so much for listening. If you have questions, the chat box is open. You can ask anything. Siguro, if you don't have questions, say hi na lang. And if you learn something, please acknowledge. Thank you so much, Elaine. No, so salamat guys for attending. So may ano pa tayo, like let's around 2 minutes. Thank you, Jonah HK. Thank you, Janmar. Okay, so shout out sa inyong lahat. Miss Elaine, Jonah, Janmar, Miss Sharon. Okay, thank you, Sir John Shu. Thank you, Miss Mabel. So shout out sa inyong lahat. Salamat po for listening. And God bless po sa ating lahat. If walang questions, if nahihiya kayong mag-ask, i-PM nyo na lang po ako sa Facebook. And also, announcement for next Monday, we have a webinar for membership orientation and book study. So you can attend, and if you already attended that, share to a friend, ask someone, and bless them as well. Okay? Thank you so much. God bless everyone. Good night. Bye.